Albert Einstein was born in Ulm, in the Kingdom of Württemberg, in the German Empire, on the 14th of March 1879 into a family of secular Ashkenazi Jews. His parents were Hermann Einstein, a salesman and engineer, and Pauline Koch. In 1880, the family moved to Munich, where Einstein's father and his uncle Jacob founded Elektrotechnische Fabrik J. Einstein and C., a company that manufactured electrical equipment based on direct current. Albert attended a Catholic elementary school in Munich from the age of 5 for 3 years. At the age of 8, he was transferred to the Luitpold Gymnasium, now known as Theobert Einstein Gymnasium, where he received advanced primary and secondary school education until he left the German Empire. 7 years later, in 1894, Hermann and Jacob's company lost a bid to supply the city of Munich with electrical lighting, because they lacked the capital to convert their equipment from the direct current DC standard to the more efficient alternating current AC standard. The loss forced the Sally off the Munich factory. In search of business, the Einstein family moved to Italy, first to Milan and a few months later to Pavia in Pavia. The Einsteins settled in Palazzo Cornazani, a medieval building where, at different times, Ugo Foscolo, Contardo Frini, and Ada Negri lived. When the family moved to Pavia, Einstein, then 15, stayed in Munich to finish his studies at the Luitpold Gymnasium. His father intended for him to pursue electrical engineering, but Einstein clashed with the authorities and resented the school's regimented teaching method. He later wrote that the spirit of learning and creative thought was lost in strict rote learning. At the end of December 1894, he traveled to Italy to join his family in Pavia, convincing school to let him go by. Using a doctor's note. During his time in Italy, he wrote a short essay with the title, On the Investigation of the State of the Ether in a Magnetic Field. Einstein excelled at math and physics from a young age, reaching a mathematical level years ahead of his peers. The 12-year-old Einstein taught himself algebra and Euclidean geometry over a single summer. Einstein also independently discovered his own original proof of the Pythagorean theorem. Aged 12, a family tutor, Max Talmud, says that only a short time after had given the 12-year-old Einstein a geometry textbook. Einstein had worked through the whole book. He thereupon devoted himself to higher mathematics. Soon the flight of his mathematical genius was so I could not follow. His passion for geometry and algebra led the 12-year-old to become convinced that nature could be understood as a mathematical structure. Einstein started teaching himself calculus 12. And as a 14-year-old says he had mastered integral and differential calculus. At the age of 13, when he had become more seriously interested in philosophy and music, Einstein was introduced to Kant's critique of pure reason. Kant became his favorite philosopher, his tutor stating, at the time he was still a child, only 13 years old, yet Kant's works, incomprehensible to ordinary mortals, seemed to be clear to him.